Hey there YouTube, it's Gundead73 making another knife review, and this time it will be on the Cold Steel Voyager, in particular the large clip point version. Now, the Voyager is a really nice knife in my opinion. Like I said before, I didn't really used to like Cold Steel, but I tried this out, and I have to say I really do like this knife. I think it's an excellent value, and I think most people should give the Triad Lock a try. Now, where should I start? I'll start with the blade. The blade on this is a 4-inch AUS 8A stainless steel clip point shaped blade. Now, you can get the Voyager in a few other blade shapes, such as Tanto and the Vaquero, which has a recurve and a lot of belly at the tip. In my opinion, the clip point is the best compromise between all the other ones. In my opinion, the Tanto is more of a straight-up stabber. You know, if you're stabbing a lot of things, a lot of piercing cuts, that might be your choice, or if you just prefer the shape. And the Vaquero is more of a slasher. But in my opinion, the clip point offers both good penetrating capability and slashing capability, so that's very nice. And you can see it features a beautiful stonewash finish, which is one of the first cold steels I've seen like this. Most other ones feature either a bead blast or just a epoxy finish. I chose the Voyager because of the stonewash finish and the ergonomics, so that says something. Has dual thumb studs, but one thing I have to say I don't like about these is if you look carefully, let's focus, you can see it has those like screw threads almost on them, and these thumbs, if you grab it like that, sort of from the side, it is kind of painful in my opinion. So under some circumstances, these do hurt me to open the knife. But I found that if I'm sort of right here on the thing, on the thumb stud, I can get it open nice and easy. So that's not too much of a problem. On from the blade, we'll go to the handle. You can see the handle here is made out of Grivery, which is, if you're familiar with like Becker knives, the handles on those are Grivery. You can see on the back of the handle here, which is closed off, that it's sort of smooth, but they incorporate this very nice iron cross texture to the handle. Now it provides a lot of grip, and I like the way it looks. You know, like I said, it has sort of an iron cross look. Looks pretty cool. Very nice. You can see that the pivot is adjustable, but it looks to me like the stop pin and this the rocker bar pivot thing are pinned, but there are some more screws back here. So you might be able to take the knife apart. I haven't tried because I don't want to even tangle with having to put this thing back together. Backlocks are notorious for being a pain in the butt to reassemble. And you can see the knife is drilled and tapped for tip-up carry left and right side. So this knife is ambidextrous. It comes with a left-handed pocket clip, because you can see of the bend it wouldn't work on this side. And blade centering is actually pretty good in this guy. You can see that. I'd say it's about perfect. It looks off because the edge is actually off center. So, but the blade itself is perfectly centered. Now, one thing I also like with this, so the handle, is how you can see how this is contoured right here, all around the edges. So that feels, so you don't have that rough texture like on your fingers themselves. It's more of like in the meat of your hand, which is good. And this knife features Cold Steel's Andrew Demko Triad Lock, which is, in short, a very, very strong backlock. And they accomplish this through a few ways. One, in terms of size, it is beefed up from a normal backlock. Just as a comparison, I have, here we are. This is a Spyderco Salt 1. So let me just close that so I don't guillotine my hand. And you can see how the thickness difference there. And also, you can see how much it rises up. This rises up as far as it goes in the blade. So you can see there's a lot of actual lock holding compared to the Spyderco. So the other thing they do is they put a stop pin right there. Now on a normal backlock, this is absent. There's no stop pin. And what happens when you open the blade, it just slams up against this rocker thing. And what will happen is over time it will deform the face of this lock, causing blade play. Now what this stop pin also does, in short, not just protect this, but when you're cutting the knife, if you're holding it like this and there's force being applied this way towards the edge, then all the force is being absorbed by the stop pin. And what happens also is, I've seen this in a video explained by Andrew Demko, who designed this lock. When force is being applied to the spine, it sort of, in a roundabout way, ends up spilling and emptying into the stop pin. So the stop pin absorbs all the force of the anything subject to the knife, so that saves this lock from being worn out. So that helps increase strength by a lot. And the other thing is, with most back locks, they aren't adjusted for wear. The triad lock does have room in here to wear and to fit even tighter. And the same thing back here with the spring that gives the lock bar spring tension. Now, one thing I have to say is the triad lock at first is really hard to disengage because there's just so much more spring tension on it. In my opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing it a bit lighter in terms of spring tension. I had to basically develop a callus in my finger to be able to disengage this easily. It also broke in a little bit, so that's not too bad. Ergonomics on this guy are really nice. You can see how, when I grip it, my index finger comes here, my middle finger, my ring finger, and my pinky, all this sort of fit nicely. And also, with a lot of cold steel designs, they have this, what's referred to as a pistol grip sort of end. So it prevents you from sliding backward. You can see how it just hooks my hand right there. And you can also choke way down and get a nice grip on the knife if you wanted to reach out with it. So if you want to get some extra reach, if you can't just reach something with the knife, you want to choke down a little bit to cut it, you can do that. Or if you have to reach really high up and cut something. Don't know why you would, but you can do that. Overall, I think it's an excellent knife. Online, these retail for about $45. And you get a large knife. This has a 4-inch blade, about a 5-inch handle, so it's very large. You get an excellent blade shape with a great finish. The steel comes very, very, very sharp out of the box, which is nice. Great ergonomics with an insanely strong lock, and decent. Its knife is very decent, in my opinion, for the money. It's great value. And I think everyone should try out the triad lock and experience it just before dissing cold steel, which is it's really easy to do that. It's really easy to just blindly, throw around some negativity. But once you try this out, it's really hard to hate the knife. So I'm just going to get some size comparisons here to show you how large this knife is. Compared to a Spyderco Military, you can see it's a hair shorter. The blade's about the same length, but the handle's a bit shorter. And we also have the Kershaw Tilt. All three of these knives are roughly the same size. About 4-inch blades, 9.5 inches overall. You can see this compared to a large Sebenza. And another popular knife, Paramilitary 2. To the ZT-0350. And to the Kershaw Skyline. Very nice. And this small Sebenza, which is a knife I have over here. So overall, I think it's a fantastic knife. Really, try it out. And if I didn't mention already, the blade thickness on this is 4 millimeters. So good sturdy knife. If I had to go and just totally thrash on a folding knife for whatever reason, this would be the one that I'd take, because I know it could handle it, and if anything did happen to it, which I doubt it would, I would not lose a wink of sleep over damaging this knife whatsoever. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the views and the support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.